Hi, this is Carrie again with Fullerton Professional Organizing here in the Rio Grande Valley at the very bottom tip of Texas. All right, today we're talking about 30 surprising items you should declutter right now. Why people hold on and why people hold on to them. Now, decluttering isn't just about clearing physical space. It's about releasing emotional and mental clutter too. Here are 30 surprising items that might be contributing to your clutter and why it's time to let go of them. Now, number one is expired makeup and skincare products. Now, here's why people hold on to them. You spent money on them and it feels wasteful to throw them out. Now, why declutter? Expired products can cause skin irritation or infections. Now, we all know that expiration dates are there for a reason, but we also know that we don't take them too terribly seriously. But guys, if you are keeping something way past the expiration date, you do need to start paying attention and letting go of those things. A little bit expired is not a problem, but 6 to a year, 2 years, 3 years, etc., that just means you're not using them daily and they're just too old and they can cause skin irritation. Now, 2, old electronics. Why hold on to them? It's because you think you might need them. The just in case. Why should you declutter? They're outdated and likely now unusable. Plus, they're taking up space. Now, what about that single sock? That sock that you hang on to because you think that other sock is just going to magically appear. And it might, but when? So, why should we declutter? It's been months. Accept the loss and move on, especially if it's been years. And we know, you know, how long you've been holding on to that missing sock. Now, old magazines. Why do people hold on to them? You believe you'll read them someday or use them for inspiration. Why should you declutter? They're outdated and you can find everything now online, including those manuals. I know I'm getting off of the magazine thing, but those manuals that you get when you buy an item, guess what? You can get rid of those too because you can find them online. Or if you just have that one manual for that one item, put it underneath your silverware drawer or tuck it behind the item that it's for. And once that item is no longer useful, you know you can get rid of those kitchen manuals, because that's going into now number 5, that unused kitchen gadget. Why people hold on to them is because maybe they were a gift or it seemed useful at the time. You spent money on it. You thought you would use it. Why should you declutter it? Because if you haven't used them in a year, they're just taking up space. And a great idea is to put it in the garage, and if for some reason you decide to use it, then you can put it back into your kitchen. But most of the time, there are those gadgets that just stay in our kitchen and never get used. Now, number 6, takeout menus. Do you hold on to takeout menus? I've never been that type of person. I do have one menu on my refrigerator, and it's for Breadsmith, and it's just to see what kinds of breads they sell. But The reason people hold on to them is because they feel like it's a convenience or nostalgia. But the reason you should declutter them is you can also access those menus online. Now, what about number 7, broken jewelry? Now, I have been guilty of this. You hold on to it. Some of it's sentimental reasons, but the other is you hope you're going to repair them. You just feel like if you could just fix them, that will take care of the problem. But why should you declutter it? Because if you haven't fixed it yet, you're likely not going to. Sometimes we have to just come to terms with the fact that even though we should do something, we want to do something, we're just not going to do it. Now, 8 is receipts for items you no longer even own. Why do we keep them? It's fear of needing proof of purchase. Why do we need to declutter them? Mostly because the items are now gone and the receipts are now irrelevant. And besides, have you ever kept those receipts and then the ink just disappears? Well, those receipts now are no longer receipts. They're just blank, shiny pieces of paper. All right, but number 9, promotional t-shirts. Now, really, do you wear them? I don't ever wear them, but why hold on to them? Some, it's sentimental attachment or thinking they'll be useful. Now, I do have a few t-shirts. I don't necessarily have promotional t-shirts, but I have t-shirts and I only wear them around the house. And if you wear them, great. But if you don't, why you need to declutter them? You'll likely never wear them and they're taking up your valuable space in your drawers or closet. Now, number 10, we said that one. Books you'll never read again. Now, that I know can be hard for some. Why you hold on to them? Again, it's sentimental value or aspirations of rereading them. Why declutter? Donate them and free up space for something more meaningful. And maybe there's someone else that should read that book. Give it to them and let someone else enjoy it. Or go ahead and reread it and let it go. Or no, you'll have to come back to the fact, is it realistic? Will I really reread it? And you can go audible. If you want to reread it and you've already read it and you flip through the pages, and I understand, we love feeling the pages and turning the pages. We love feeling that book in our hand. But if you've already read it and you need the space, go ahead and purchase it audible, and then you can listen to it anytime you want. Now, unused craft supplies. That is 11. 11. Why people hold on to them? They in hopes of the future creativity that they're going to have using them. Why should you declutter them? If you haven't started that project, it's time to let go. Okay? Either do it right now or let it go right now. Now, number 12, old towels and linens. Why are we holding on to them? They might come in handy. Why should we declutter them? They're worn out and taking up that valuable space, whether you have them in the house or in the closet. Now, or the garage, closet, storage, wherever. Now, it's okay to keep 1 or 2 and use as rags, but do you really need to use all of them as that potential rag down the road? Now, if you have children or pets, you may want to keep some for spills and stuff like that, so you don't have to use your good towels. But Be reasonable. Know how many towels you need to use as rags and let the rest go. Now, number 13. Unworn clothes with tags still on them. Why do we hold on to them? Guilt from overspending. Why declutter? If you haven't worn them in 6 months, you probably never will. Okay, now number 14. Holiday decorations that you really don't use. And you know which ones you keep and which ones you use. Why do people hold on to them? Some of it's sentimental value, and if you have a few ornaments that are sentimental, yeah, keep them. But maybe sentimentally, or the what if mentality. What if you get rid of them, and etc., etc., etc. Why you should declutter? If they stay in the box every year, it's time to say goodbye. Ask a family member if they want them. Maybe a newlywed that could use them. If not, go ahead and donate them. Now, 15. Old bedding from previous bedrooms. Why do we hold on to them? Attachment to the past space, the past home, the past bed. Why should you declutter them? It no longer fits your current style or needs. Give them to someone that can use them. 16. Instruction manuals. We already actually talked about that. For appliances, now. Okay, let me say that again. Number 16. We're going to start it over and we're going to leave that in. Instruction manuals for appliances, you know how to use. You already know how to use them. Plus, I said it before, you can find it all online. But why hold on to them? Fear of needing the information later. Why declutter? Manuals are online. We already said that. Recycle the paper clutter. That's why you need to recycle the paper clutter. All right, now 17. Shoes you never wear. Why we hold on to them? They were expensive or part of a trend at the time. So why should we declutter? If they hurt your feet or don't match your style, they're useless. Now 18. Greeting cards. Are you holding on to greeting cards? Why hold on? Emotional attachment to the sender, which is okay, but take a picture of it. All right. Why should we declutter? If they hurt, why should we declutter? Keep a few that are truly meaningful and recycle the rest. But you can also take pictures of them each year so that you have a collage of them in your phone or on your computer. Now, 19, old spices. Why do we hold on to old spices? You forget to check the expiration date. That's usually the reason. But again, with the expiration dates, why declutter? Expired spices lose flavor and could ruin your cooking. Now, again, expiration dates aren't an exact science. But if it's over a year or past the expiration date, get rid of them. They really do lose their flavor. Now, 20. Kids' artwork from years ago. Why do we hold on to them? Sentimental attachment. And guys, come on. Hold on to the very sentimental ones. We're not telling you to get rid of everything. But why declutter? Keep a few and consider digitizing the rest. Again, you can take your favorites at the end of every year, take your favorites, lay them out, and take a picture of them, and you have a collage of your kids' artwork on a yearly basis. And there's those art books that those photo books that you can make as well. Now, puzzles and board games with missing pieces. Wow, that's a good one. Why do we hold on to them? Sentimental value, or hoping that lost piece will be found, because the whole thing is worthless without that missing piece, right? So why should we declutter it? Keep a few and consider. Oh, I keep jumping to a different one. Why declutter? They're incomplete and can be enjoyed as intended. Sorry, guys, I am reading off of a list of things that you should declutter, so excuse me for jumping around here. But old prescription glasses is number 22. Why hold on? What if my current pair breaks? And why declutter? Donate them to someone in need. Yeah, I'll have to think about that on the glasses, because I do get rid of my old glasses. I don't hold on to them, but can people really use them in need? I know that there are some drop boxes, but do they really give them to people who need them? I don't know. But you don't need to hold on to them if you can't see out of them. That's one thing for sure. Now, gift wrapping and bows from past holidays. Oh gosh, we all do that, don't we? We save the gift bags and the bows. Why do we hold on to them? It feels wasteful to throw them away. Why should we declutter? They often get damaged and you end up buying new ones anyway. Well, I have a different perspective on that, because I do save mine and I keep them in a place and they don't get ruined. But there is a limit at how many you should keep, right? Maybe 12 gift bags for giving out birthday gifts. You at least give one birthday gift out a month, right? So maybe 12 gift bags would be appropriate. But then what size do you keep? And then the Christmas bags. I have seen people make the whole family cloth gift bags, and then they just reuse the cloth gift bags year after year. So that's an idea. But if you are going to reuse your gift wrapping, bows, and bags, make sure you're keeping them in something that keeps them safe so that they don't look raggedy when you're reusing them. And you can't keep all of them. Make sure they fit in the little gift container that keeps them safe, and let go of the rest. Now, 24, wedding invitations and event programs. Why we hold on to them? Of course, it's sentimental reasons. Why should we declutter them? They don't serve a purpose anymore. Consider keeping photos instead. 25, duplicate kitchen utensils. Now that we mentioned before, if with gadgets. Anything that you don't use in your kitchen, put in the garage, and if you look for it because you need to use it, it goes back into your kitchen. I've done that before because I've had several things in my kitchen that I keep thinking I'm going to use, and I never use. And it's taken me many years to finally get rid of them. Why do we hold on to them? Because we think we're going to need backups, or we think we're going to need them. If we have a huge crowd over, we're going to need them. Why declutter? One is really enough. Donate the rest. You really don't need duplicates. Now, 26, old electronic boxes. Now, It's one thing I see a lot of people keep old, outdated electronics. I see that a lot, and I don't 100% get it, but I understand it. But empty boxes, after a while, you just don't need them anymore. You know, you hold on to them thinking for returns or to resell, but why do you need to declutter them? If you no longer have the item, the box is just clutter. And even if you still have the item, it becomes clutter. All right, now the next is vases from delivered flowers. And yes, I just had that conversation with my husband just yesterday. My husband bought me a big bouquet of flowers for my birthday. They all have died, and he asked me if I wanted to keep the vase. And here's what I told him. I have a lot of expensive vases. They're milk glass vases. I just don't need a glass vase from the, flower bouquets. And even if I did, I probably have one stashed away somewhere. One of those glass vases that came with some flowers that I chose to keep just in case. Guys, if you have vases and if you have one stashed away, that is fine. Let go of the rest. You just don't need that many vases. The reason we hold on to them is sentimental or thinking that we'll reuse them. Why we declutter them? Most remain unused. Keep one or two and donate the rest, especially if you have expensive ones. Why keep the cheap ones that came with your flowers? Beautiful, nothing wrong with them and nothing wrong with using them. But if we have expensive ones that we're going to use, then we don't need them. Okay. Now, 28 incomplete sets of dishes. Why hold on to them? Emotional attachment or hope of finding the replacements. Why do we need to declutter them? Mismatched or broken sets are just taking up your space, just taking it up. Now, if you use them, that's fine. But if they're missing pieces and you just don't use them, you can let them go. Now, incomplete or unread, number 29, let me say, number 29, unread emails or digital clutter. Oh, that's a hard one because I usually just wait till I have way too many emails and then I try to declutter. But here's an easy way to declutter your emails. You can actually, let me use Temu for an example. You know, if you have done anything with Temu, they will send you billions and billions and billions of emails trying to entice you to buy from them again. I have learned my lesson well. One, it takes forever for items to come, and they send you at least 5 emails a day. You can unsubscribe them. You can put in the search bar Temu. All of the Temus will come up and you can delete them all at once. But you can also hit the unsubscribe or spam and take care of them. So what you can do is you just take one subject at a time and just find all of the emails and then delete all of them at once. It's crazy. I mean, the amount of emails. Why we hold on to them? Fear of missing out on something. And then why Should we declutter? They can cause mental overwhelm. Start fresh by clearing your inbox. Just, take some time and do it subject by subject. And you can really free up your computer space. All right, now here's the last one. We're doing only doing 30, and number 30 is fitness equipment you never use. Why hold on to it? You have aspirations and goals of getting fit, but why do we need to declutter them? If it's collecting dust, consider selling or donating it. Now, the dust idea goes for everything. Anything sitting around your home that collects dust because you haven't used it. Now, I'm not talking about decorations. Decorations are going to collect dust. But anything that you have bought that you intended on using and it just collected dust tells you that you're not using it. The dust is the indicator that it's been too long and it's time to let it go. All right, guys, I hope to see you on the next podcast or the next YouTube, and I will see you later.